All right, welcome everyone to, this is like our Copywriting Clinic 3.0, episode number 2, experience. Copywriting Clinic, chance to come and get real-time feedback on your real life projects. So what we're gonna do today, it's kind of like short group or smaller groups so far. We'll probably get more people hopping in. But if you have something you'd like us to take a look at, go ahead and either give me a link in the Zoom chat, or you could send me, if it's in a file, you could send it to me via Discord. I don't think we'll have an issue with like time limit. If we had a really big group and if we had lots and lots of stuff to look at, then I would say we'll put like a time limit on it. But right now, Lawrence has already let me know that he's got to hop out at the half-hour mark. So we're going to just like dive into Lawrence's stuff right away. Any objections or questions or anything before we just get to it?
We did a bit of forensics work on Lawrence's site last week. What is this all about?
Yeah, good job. And I apologize for not directing you to the about page, and there's a little bit of copy on each of the shirt pages that we could look at. But I did, take note of a lot of stuff you talked about and sort of revamp things.
What's your mission?
The mission is shit.
What's your vision? It's easier. To
vision is
clothing that informs and liberates.
Yes. I need to work on being able to spit that out, but if we go to the who we are,
but is it about clothing or is it about liberation?
it is about liberation and freedom. And like I've been telling Candace, we need to think of something that we can offer as a lead magnet. And like, what would that be? Maybe just a little mini course on what we've learned raising chickens in the past year and a half. But, so it's not
for your permaculture website. Let's do something.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
liberation involved. Like you can, what about the 10 ways you can liberate yourself from the system, and then talk about chickens that way, and then goats, and then balcony gardens, shit like that.
sure.
And talk about like what Eric does, getting water from the mountains and bringing it to the city.
Right.
That'd be like number 5. I really missed that, by the way. Driving outside of town, getting water for drinking rather than getting from a store. I might figure that out here somehow.
So where is your about page? Oh,
Right.
is this the only place that we can find it? Is down here?
It's that, or in the top left, if you scroll up top left, there's a hamburger menu and a drop down when you click there.
There's more copy here.
Yeah.
You want them to leave you alone. You want the freedom to associate with and do business with whomever you choose. As long as you're abiding by the mantra of no masters, no slaves, no one can rule you. Let them know you mean business, and your business is defending liberty and living free. Goal is to educate and to unite freedom fighters while we still have the ability to ask questions and to learn our way forward. We strive to provide high quality apparel with substantive, thought-provoking and humorous messages. Help us to elevate consciousness, starve the beast, and shepherd the sheep from danger. Show your true colors and stand with the freedom united revolt. I like that you made it all about them.
Yeah, I want to rearrange all these sentences. Can I? Why can't I do this?
Should we put it into a doc and like play with it more that way?
I just want to like blend. I wish I
Want
could
me to-
send you guys smell through the computer. This orange smells like, I think it's a clementine. I think that's what it is.
Here, Agnieszka, if you want to also hop into the Google Doc.
Got it.
Yeah, I agree. Like the components are there, but just kind of moving the pieces around.
And to go to the next page.
It passed the Hemingway. Yeah, well, I ran it through the Hemingway app to. I
Good.
think there was one sentence that was kind of Richard like that. I just kind of let go, but
So why do you strive to provide quality apparel? Why don't you just provide the quality apparel instead of trying to do it?
good point. I guess that's me subconsciously communicating that we tried one printer and now we're trying another, and so far it's working out pretty well, but the soft launch will be the real test.
And stuff like this help us to elevate consciousness. And without the two is the same thing. So just help us elevate consciousness. Because if the word makes no change in meaning, having it there or not, go for less words every time.
Lawrence, when you say high quality apparel, what's different about your stuff than everybody else's?
That's a good question. In the future, I'd love to, source some agorist with hemp shirts or something like that. Right now, it's Bella and Canva shirts. They're pretty nice.
So they're made in the US, or is there a particular?
I think they are made in Los Angeles here.
So that's definitely something that I think a lot of people would want to know that are in this kind of segment.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
playing with text.
Honestly, that first, that you want them to leave you alone, just that sentence has been bugging me. Like it almost feels unnecessary.
That's not the right place, right?
Right. Just saving it, putting it up there for a minute.
I'm just
Michael, you can.
just
Oh,
put it,
sorry. You can look at the Bella and Canvas About Us page.
see, yeah, I see why the sentence is bugging you, because it's not really what they want. If they're buying this apparel, they don't want them to leave them alone,
Mhm.
right? Maybe that's what's bugging you.
No, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, that's a fair point. We're not aiming to be left alone wearing some of these designs. At least they're meant to be conversation starters and pattern disruptors.
So could you say we provide high quality ethical apparel or something along those lines that's made in the US? I think that would be,
I do like the
ethically,
term,
ethically
the
produced.
pattern breakers. I kind of like that.
Why is your,
Oh, it's telling me to hyphenate it. That's just
yeah, I know,
Grammarly.
but my Grammarly is not.
That's weird.
My Grammarly.
Our Grammarlies don't agree. It's funny.
No, it does. Mine was just turned off for some reason.
Oh.
It wanted me to press the button to rub it the right way. I think these are almost the same sentences, but it's just a lot more clear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the two unite. Not good. It looks different on your screen. Did you see what I changed? Do you want them to leave you alone into?
Ah, I like that.
Because I was thinking about it. That's not really what we want. And people who buy this apparel wouldn't want that either. I mean, we do want it, but we don't want it.
Right.
And I personally like the 2 stars. What do you guys think of them with the stars?
Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
The first sentence, is it possible that you could be perceived as being presumptuous? That you're kind of assigning a particular thing to?
The people that don't believe that mantra, would they still buy the t-shirts?
I'm just saying, is that a little bit too forward?
I think that if somebody wasn't aware of the concept and read it while they're interested in these t-shirts, they'd be like, yeah. Because I don't know if people who were not identifying with that sentence would still be interested in these t-shirts.
What if you said if you're abiding?
Well, if you say if, oops, that's Tara's screen. This is my screen. If you say if, when no más
Loses its punch.
you could do it that way.
That is another way to do it. Yeah.
Do you like it better?
What do you think, Lawrence?
Yeah, I guess that matters.
That the first line, if you're abiding by the mantra of no masters, no slaves.
Yeah, starting it with the if
Agree.
rather than just like you're abiding by the mantra.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
I
maybe,
like. Yeah,
and-
I think it's.
And you believe no one can rule you.
Well, if anyone who is abiding by the mantra no master no slaves cannot be ruled by others, is what we're saying.
Okay.
If you're abiding. Oh, I like it.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
As long as. Is there anything wrong with the free, like the freedom to associate with and do business with whomever you choose? Because I could see where somebody could take that in context and or out of context, or try to spin that as some sort of discriminatory thing, but it's a response to sort of a violation of that freedom of
Well,
association.
if
Right.
it's tailing on the previous sentence, no one can rule you. It could be, that means having the freedom to associate with and do business with whomever you choose. What do you
Yeah.
think? Thoughts?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do we start the next them?
Huh?
Let them with stars, like Agni did at the
Oh.
bottom.
Them with stars in every instance. Because it's like the secret them. We all know who them are.
Should there be a comma after together in the fourth sentence?
Take it out of here. Good.
Yeah, I think
Nice.
that's pretty straightforward.
Cool.
Cool. You have more, you
So-
still have 8 minutes. You have more pages that you want to look at?
Yeah, there's a couple of fun opportunities. If you go to the hoodie, the either on the home or just click home. Yeah, the hoodie there on the right. So we actually left in some of the stock, the second paragraph, because it was funny. And then we added that afterwards.
I like that you put this in. That is funny.
Then the beanie page.
I think something is missing in here.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's not about science. It's not about the science, it's about compliance. It's pretty obvious at this point. And here we have to put something about Grand Theft World and what it is. From the popular podcast to the Grand Theft World is what's happening all around us. This is your way to share whatever.
Okay.
Hey, Chris. Like how he looks up off in the distance over there and waves. Yeah, I have that too.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Can't guarantee that everybody landing here is going to be familiar with Grand Theft World.
And I like the thing about Grand Theft World is what's happening all around us.
Okay.
Wait. We just wrote down made in the USA. Why does it say blank product sourced from El Salvador?
That Yeah, I need to check on that. That might be,
Fabric.
that
Fabric.
might not be from Bella and Canvas. So thank you for spotting that. So that would change.
Well, that's just one little thing in the thing. It doesn't necessarily make or break it that it's made or not made in the USA. You can rephrase that too. You can say, you know, all our stores are located in the USA or things like that. Like, you know, maybe not all the product is from the USA, but it was, you know.
Most of our product is made in the USA, or
Mike, you're muted. I know you just said something.
Produced in the USA.
But it's not because the blank product sourced from El Salvador.
Or manufactured in the, because it is, I mean, you know, there's like stuff comes from outside, resources come from outside the United States, you know, and then the cars are made in, like when they say made in the USA, they're talking about
Something like-
assembled.
more
to think
context
about.
on the Grand Theft World item pages.
Why don't you steal a good Grand Theft World sentence from the Grand Theft World website? Like Grand Theft World is what happening.
Oh
was.
yeah.
And then from a famous podcast that from the website to this hoodie that makes or lets you communicate.
How about something about the association in association with the production of Grand Theft World or something like that? So it basically reflects kind of that partnership or cooperation. That could be useful.
Or linking, like check out episodes of Grand Theft World and show notes at grandtheftworld.com.
Or you know, we participate in the production of Grand Theft World, you know, so in cooperation with them or something like that.
And I would be careful about putting a link like that in the actual like product page. Like I would want maybe link from the homepage, but once they're here, you don't want them to necessarily get distracted. And if they click on a Grand Theft World link when they're about to buy a shirt, they might not buy the shirt yet, or it might take them a while. They might forget. All sorts of things can happen.
Good point.
Good point.
But definitely on the homepage, because you have so much, you know, related to Grand Theft World.
Maybe there's something about that you should put in the about you. You know, that we cooperate with freedom-minded groups throughout the freedom community.
Yeah, and hopefully more. I need to reach out to Ernie Hancock to kind of I don't know, get his blessing, or just be like, this is sort of a nod to you and the Ron Paul Lovolution thing. And you know, maybe we can make some shirts for him. I know. I don't know.
I know that you got to hop out in a second. Really quick, get rid of this period because it's like a headline. It's not necessary. And then down here, put the join and the revolt on a new line, because this is what we call a hanger. So this is just kind of like hanging down here at the bottom. But if you put this down on its own line, then it'll all line up really nicely.
Okay. Cool.
Also, you have to remember that whenever you're writing, you're actually leading their mind down a garden path. So whenever you want them to stop and think about what you just made them think, you got to put a spacer. So no, we will be a part of the resistance. We will be subversive, spread the truth, and defend freedom. join in the revolt. Like you have to give them that space to join in the
Yeah.
revolt. Otherwise, it's like, no, we're part of the resistance. We will be subversive, spread the truth. If I'm not joining the revolt, and it's too much. And they get confused because they don't have the
Right.
brain. It's basically idiocracy. You have to tell them when to stop thinking for a second. And then
Welcome to FU Revolt. We love you. All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's more opportunity on the other pages, like the Thucydides one.
where did you get all these models, Lawrence? Modeling your shirts.
That is from Printful. And then the stuff at the top, I guess the hero image that cycles through, Candace made those in Placeit.
Oh, she just
And
cool.
yeah, we've got that chick for the autonomy gear. And unfortunately, we can't print that shirt right there.
Right.
We got that Printful said, oh, we'll get sued. And Candace she changed the font of McAfee and turned the logo upside down. And they said, no. But I learned Luke Rudowski, he's got a couple of shirts with a bunch of logos, like social media logos. So for those, the store links to bonfire.com. So we have to figure out how to customize or like embed a link in the gallery to go to, set that up on Bonfire. But on the beanie page, it's kind of funny. It says, "This isn't your average Tim Pool beanie. This beanie comes with more historical context." But it could use more, perhaps.
Yeah, I want to know more. Like,
What's this
like,
historical?
does it?
Did they wear it in the 1700s, 1791 when we lost the war, or what?
No, it's just poking fun at Tim Pool because he's needs to read more history books. So it's sort of a Grand Theft World viewer inside joke.
Ah.
All right. Well, you've definitely given me some good stuff to work on and revise, and I really appreciate it.
For sure. And I'll get you the link to that Google Doc with the who we are.
I grabbed it.
You did already. Perfect.
Yeah,
Good.
I have it open.
See, blanks are like source from Vietnam or Bangladesh. So you could
Yeah,
say,
okay.
say labor, all labor in the USA or something like that.
Okay.
Whereas we source blank products from the best possible sources, our labor is exclusively in the USA or something like that.
Or just made primarily in the USA.
I don't
Just
know
gotta
about,
find out if that's accurate though. Yeah.
this is the third item and it's a third country,
Yeah.
but it's not necessarily bad. I mean, the USA doesn't necessarily grow the best cotton or have the best whatever, you know what I mean? Not that this is cotton, this is turbo acrylic, but hey.
Candace made a sticker out of that. The other sticker's not showing up under the sticker page. We have to fix that. Oh, it's not showing up at all.
Does this one, did this one work out fine? This other McAfee one, since you didn't use the label?
Yeah, as far as I know, nobody's ordered it yet.
Ah.
So not from this printer, but yeah, it should be fine.
Frequently asked questions.
We actually, I went to Sal the Agrist site for an example, and we scooped that and put our email in, and it's pretty generic. And then we found that it's actually the stock FAQ stuff available on Printful.
Sure.
So it was
You could
appropriate.
get like creative with this, and you know, because I think these are definitely good to have. These are, you know, common questions, but you could get fun with this and ask some questions of like, are these t-shirts guaranteed to wake up my friends and family? Or, you know, you could have some fun with it.
For sure.
Well, I want to be respectful of your time, Lawrence. You did mention
Okay.
having to hop out, unless there's anything else you want us to check out while you got a little time.
No, that's some good stuff to work on. And maybe, you know, if I come back, I'll come back again and show some of the other copy on the items. But I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you for bringing it, Lawrence.
You're
Yeah.
wonderful. And you have the best beard of all the beards. So,
Thank you.
and the coolest chicken.
Yeah, she is. I'm gonna listen in on the phone and yeah, show this to Candace.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Lawrence. Well, how about the rest of you guys? Anybody else have anything in mind that we can play with?
I attended a painting class this past Monday with Joanna and Woody's thing. I don't know. I don't know if you want to check out their website, but it's like the Mystery School of Art.
Mm-hmm. I actually,
I
when
thought
they
it
were,
was really well done. And honestly, the book that they using as their lead magnet, I thought was fabulous. But I thought I saw some grammar errors. But that's just one suggestion. I don't know if anybody's got anything else. I know Chris is doing some stuff with his support group. Chris, you got anything?
You know, I had an idea.
You're really quiet.
Can you hear me now? No?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's why. I didn't realize where my audio was routed. My bad. Feel stupid. A friend of mine has a website to sell those. You know how like there's some research that shows being on the screen a lot is bad for your eyes. And then you put on amber glasses and it helps mitigate that problem, the blue light getting in and messing up your melatonin or whatever. And he has a website, and I thought it'd be something cool if you guys want something to look at. And I always thought it'd be cool if I could give him some copywriting advice. So I don't know if you guys are looking for something to check out, it might be worth looking at.
That's an idea. No objections here.
Want me to send the link through the chat? Okay. Because most of my stuff is all audio and there's not really any, it's just like my website's just a bunch of podcasts.
I really want to go to the Mercado, but I don't know. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize I was unmuted. I want water before he goes to the Mercado because the water from the tap is weird.
He's been doing a pretty good job. Like he has a whole email campaign. Like I joined his email list and I've been getting the emails and seems like he's got a lot of good ideas, but I thought it'd be cool to, if I could come up with some good advice to give him, since he's just a one guy doing a entrepreneurial business. And I'm really proud of how far he's come on this thing, supporting himself and being able to quit his normal job to just do this, just sell these glasses. So I think it's a pretty cool autonomy story in a way, even though he didn't do it through autonomy. It's an autonomous story.
Well, without immediately like diving into the copy itself, the first thing that I notice here is that there's a lot like squished into this space. Like there's a lot of text to take in just in this small box here. So that's one of the first things that I would say is like spacing some of this out. And like when I'm looking here, so okay, banish blue light with anti-blue light glasses. Combat the effects of blue light with our biorhythm safe blue light blocker glasses. This seems almost like they're saying the same thing. It seems very, very similar to me. And it's like, what I'd like to see first is, right now it's kind of like we're leading with features rather than the benefits or the outcomes of what this is going to do for them. That's kind of my first instinct here is this is important information, but is it going to be valuable as the very first thing that people read and see right here? I would want to think about more about like what this is going to do for a person reading these.
Why do people need these things? I have a question about why do people need these things? Because ever since I had my first computer, I've always turned all the light to orange, like sepia thing, and I've never had any issues. So wouldn't it be the same thing to just turn your device's light to sepia as wearing orange glasses? Doesn't that do the same thing?
If you're working with visual graphics, you don't want to have that on because it messes with the color.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too good for art projects either.
But then the glasses would be the same thing, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I guess you'd peek at it or just not do that stuff at that hour.
Well, the thing is that it's the light from LEDs too, like all the lights in the house. And so in theory, like some people wear these whenever it gets dark out and they're anywhere around any kind of unnatural light.
Like, yeah, fluorescent lights and stuff, right?
Right. I mean, there's enough people that have put out research and get interested in this thing that he sells quite a few of these things, I've seen
Like
some of the articles that are better, that more get your attention than the one he chose for the headline. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. I was just going to say, like, I have definitely not like a high quality, definitely a cheaper pair of blue light blocking glasses. So I'll usually like when it gets into the afternoon when I've been working all morning and I just kind of notice like my eyelids, I don't know, my eyes just getting heavy and sometimes just like the pressure on my head, and I'll wear those and it seems to help. Again, the ones I have aren't very high quality, so it's a little bit harder for me to notice and on if it's like the placebo effect or not, but it seems to help.
Yeah, if you believe it works, it probably helps either way. I think it works.
When I get tired, I just go into the settings and I lower the brightness or make it more orange until it's like the orange that makes me most comfortable. Like, but I do that on like I've always done that. I don't know. It's just like I don't like the white light. So even when my first phone, I would like turn to sepia.
So looking at the copy here, like, rapid sleep onset and profound rejuvenation, like I'm looking at these as being more of like
But the words
it's on the
are-
right track. It's on the right track to being better copy for like your hero image up here, and getting more of like the details of this that could come down into here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should just be like 2 lines, right? A head, a main text, and then like a sub, right?
Yeah,
it
yeah, a
should-
nice headline, smaller sub. Sorry, go ahead, Agnieszka.
It should be about them. Like, why would I want these glasses? Oh, I'm
Right.
tired. Oh, I have a headache. Oh, I have pressure. My eyeballs are like on fire or something.
Yeah, like in the commercials, there's somebody going, oh, and there's like lightning coming out of their head or something.
Right.
Right.
Right. You know, something to connect with that experience. And, you know, there's so many more people working from home now and working on computers. And so that's probably why these are becoming more and more popular. So, you know, those long days on the computer, or yeah, having trouble sleeping, where there's like blue light everywhere, bombarding us from every direction. But thinking about what this is going to do for them and how it's going to change those problems in their day-to-day life.
But how about, you know, like in that sleep problems area, you could be saying like, do you have CVS, computer vision syndrome? 70 to 90% of the population is suffering from it because of the, you know,
That's
most
good.
people use the computer more than 20 minutes a day, or
Yeah.
look at their phone more than 20 minutes a day.
Is that like a thing? CVS?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
That's where we get Band-Aids and
And down here, you know, I'm not reading, I haven't read in detail, but down here we start getting into the problem, which is good, because you know, a good copywriting formula out there is the problem, agitation, solution. The problem, well, the problem, what I'm seeing right now with this is it's like, what's above the fold? So in this spot up here, before anybody starts scrolling down, you have a lot of opportunity here to grab them and to hook them in. So hooking them in with like some big promise, like what kind of an outcome and practical benefit is this going to do for them? And then like acknowledging a really high problem, a really common problem that they're facing. And then we can get down more into like the nitty gritty, but really being very conscious of this really valuable real estate above the fold here.
right there where it says sleep problems, like that would be a better first opening right there. Just, and then a picture of someone sleeping or not sleeping.
I think that there's more important problems that this causes, like the headaches that Kara was talking about that she gets daily. Like she doesn't get 3 problems daily, but she gets headaches daily.
Right.
So we could lead with something like headaches, but actually there was a good line. Can you scroll down in the problem? This blue wavelets of light compel your pineal gland to slam the brakes on melatonin production. That could be the second line, not the headline, but the second line, because that's a powerful line right there. And then melatonin in your blood is what signals your body to start like, no, that's too much, but just that one line.
Yeah.
But then see, the thing is, like, is this all about sleep? Because we're talking here about like biorhythm safe lighting, and here they've chosen to basically, what I think they've done is they went to a sleep problem website, copied some of the copy, and then copied some of the copy from the device and pretended that they actually did copy for this page, but they didn't. They just, but we can create copies, like, so then come up like, I mean, the company, what I would ask the company, and I would ask them the following: what is the most common reason people are saying that they're buying these glasses?
They should survey their existing customers.
Yeah, there's because it's sold on Amazon primarily, there's all the Amazon comments, which are updated and stacked.
Yeah, take one of those, stick it at the top.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, go through the Amazon comments and see.
But
Like
also-
someone's saying it really helped him out, right? What did
So-
it help?
Go ahead, Michael.
I would just say that, like, you know, like the way that he lists out the sleep problems, you should be hitting on those things like headaches, vision problems. Those are, you know, like those should be in the bold, because if they're having vision problems or if they're having headaches, you know, and then just those quick descriptions of that lead to, you know, maybe an article or something below. But those are the things that you should be, you know, making sure that people are aware that these solve those problems, or these have the potential to solve those problems.
And doing
So-
that foundational audience research. And so like I said, like going through all of those reviews and mining that content and finding the patterns of what of those problems come up the most. Because, you know, maybe it would shock me, but maybe the sleep issues is the biggest problem that comes up out of the research, but you're not going to know until you actually do the research. My instinct says no, just based on my own personal experience, and a lot of people I've talked to says that that's not the primary thing. Like, I use the blue light blocking glasses. I don't have any issues sleeping. That's not my problem. My problem is like we said, like the headaches at the end of the day, my eyes start going a little bit blurry just from staring at the screen for so long, like these different kinds of things that are other issues, which sleep is one problem, but it's so prominent as being like the main problem on this page that it's not even acknowledging these other really big issues that come up.
And also,
like-
if you remember about, like, say, there's a drug called Wellbutrin that was created for depression, I believe. But then it turned out that it made people stop smoking, right? And then the manufacturer sold a whole bunch and got a whole lot of money from the stop smoking aid for this particular drug, even though it was made for depression, or completely different, completely different reason.
Interesting.
So it's like it's not about what you're selling and why you're selling it, it's about why people want to buy it.
Kind of back to who's your audience, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also that changes, right? Like today they're buying it for this, and then, you got to keep an eye on the pulse, because tomorrow the new wave of people might be having a new issue and they may be buying it for a different reason then. Like Discord, for example. Discord was made for gamers, right? And are we playing games on Discord? No, but we use it every day.
Well, I wonder too if it's like, like certain big podcasts people listen to, they'll have on different guests and somebody will talk about this subject, and all of a sudden a bunch of people are researching. If it's like on the Rogan podcast and he talks about blue blockers, oh yeah, I wear blue blockers every night. All of a sudden you're gonna have billions of people looking it up. Could be waves like that drive people in that direction, right? But that'd be hard to research and know about. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and it's like for say Carol wanted a new pair because the cat sat on her pair or something. It would lose her in this coffee, because first there's all this confusing numbers and weird shit about some kind of a manufacturer of some kind of a part that I don't even know what it's talking about, but it's something to do with manufacturing of something. Then it's asking me about sleep problems, which I don't got. Then it's talking about some people's problem with sleep problems, obviously not me, so it's not for me. And now I'm lost, I'm gone. I'm done with this website. I was looking for blue blocking glasses, but they don't got them here.
Yeah, so he could use some help.
Could use some help. But like he's definitely going to get some good pointers from this discussion. And after it's published, feel free to share this with, share the recording of this if it's helpful. It'll be made public. But there's a lot of ways that can be improved. And even just using with like the existing. So some other tips when you're creating a narrative like this is people skim content. So, you're doing it, there's, some things are bolded, but utilizing crossheads. So utilizing like crossheads or smaller section headlines. So it's for the skimmers that like are telling its own story, where if someone's skimming through, they're like, oh my God, I'm not going to read all of this stuff. Like they'll still get the message from it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they're kind of mixing.
A blog post that's taken from somebody else's blog post about blue lights. Okay, here's what I would do. Okay, just really quick. I would go online and I would ask why people wear blue light glasses, and I would take a whole bunch of sentences, like 150 sentences, right? I would read through those sentences and find the ones I like. And then I would change the ones I like and put the ideas together, like taking them down a guided path. Hey, you may be looking for blue light glasses for A, B, C, or D, and then put a big headline that kind of reflects, Are you tired of constant pressure and discomfort in your head? Maybe this can help. This helps with sleep. This helps with headaches. This helps with eyesight problems or eyeball hurt, pain, or whatever. And here's how. And then a couple sentences from each source, or not original sentences from there, but like, you know, you rewrite them, you make it your own, but you get it from everybody else. Throw it all in one big document, mix it all up in a blender and take out what you need.
Eyeball pain. That got my attention when you said that.
Eye strain, I think.
Eye strain,
that a
yeah,
word?
eyeball pain.
The
eye
thing
strain.
is, eyeball pain is probably more direct for marketing, because when somebody is getting eyeball pain, they won't say, oh, I'm experiencing eye strain. They'll say, oh, dude, my eyeballs hurt, right? They'll
Eyeballs
act-
hurt.
They want
Eyeballs hurt. It
to
sounds kind of funny almost, but
experience
it's
eye
like,
strain.
it gets to your,
Like, Kara, when your
Yes.
eyes hurt at the end of the day, do you use the word strain in your thoughts?
No. And this is a good example of what we call sticky copy. Copy that stands out. So, you know, anybody can use these terms like eye strain and stuff like that, but that's where like doing audience research and then thinking about conversationally how people are talking about things. And that's the way that you want to speak to them. And it does so many things. Not only are you speaking to them in their own language, you're showing that you're a human and you truly empathize with what's going on for them. You're really trying to connect. Like a lot of things in here could either just get cut altogether or at the very least moved somewhere else entirely. And I got a little confused where, you know, started off, all right, the problem, here's the problem. And then somehow in here, they sneak this in of this kind of benefit outcome of what a healthy lifestyle looks like. But then it goes on to now the bad news. Well, I thought we were already talking about bad news. I thought we were already talking about the
it
problem.
gets worse.
But lifestyle, I'm lost at the healthy lifestyle. Like, what do you like? I was talking about sleep, and now you're talking about exercise. What? And I don't know. Exercise and diet, because in my mind, healthy lifestyle is all about exercise and diet. Because I've never had issues with sleep, so it doesn't ring as sleep at all. Right? So I'm like, what? Now we're gonna talk like what? Is a recipe coming up next? You know what I mean? Like the healthy lifestyle doesn't fit. And then this whole natural, stable, like effortless wake sleep cycles, that's somebody's thought pattern that I don't really relate to. I don't know. It's like somebody was thinking something, but they didn't really put it together. It doesn't make sense. Does it make sense to anybody else on this call?
Like it's
Yeah, like
this
it doesn't tell a good
implication that,
story. A
well,
compelling
yeah, and that
story is
this
what you want,
kind
right?
of like she was talking about with like the healthy lifestyle, there's this implication that by having natural and stable light and dark cycles, then I'm going to have effortless wake and sleep cycles. That's not necessarily true. There's a lot of things that factor into sleep cycles and sleep patterns, like what we eat and then when we eat, like all these different things that, you know, can play a role in sleep cycles. So there's so many big benefits and outcomes to focus on here that this one, there's like, they're trying to get almost too big and it becomes too vague and not believable. It's not a tangible thing.
If I'm missing my arms and legs and I have effortless wake and sleep cycle, I'm still not experiencing optimal health and well-being. Although maybe I am. But I don't know. It just seems like a huge presumption that as long as you get your sleep, buddy, you're going to be fine. You know, it doesn't matter what else is going on with you. As long as you get your sleep, you'll be fine. You're going to have optimal health and well-being. As long as your sleep, dark and light cycles are fine. You know, you're missing your liver too bad. But you know what? Just as long as you're wearing these glasses, you're good. But of course, yeah, I suppose if you're missing your liver, you wouldn't sleep. You wouldn't have effortless wake and sleep cycles. But yeah.
Luckily, I've
And, you know,
always had
and-
my liver. So I was going to
Yeah.
ask you though, like, I know we're kind of concentrating on the copywriting, but how important is the image, especially like on the homepage like that?
Well, this lady's image is kind of smacking of 1980s because of a bad crop job that somebody did on it.
It is very, yeah.
But just as a rule is what I mean, you know, like how important, you know, right on the first page, it's pretty important, right? I mean, is that like 50-50 or more?
So this photo was taken from India. This is the kind of ad that would work in India. It was cut out by somebody. This is not a North American advertisement, and it would not necessarily work for North American culture.
It could have been his friend.
Especially not the
he does
hero
everything, so-
image. Like not as, at the very least, not as the hero image. And it's, you know, we're wanting to connect with people right off the bat, and the image is such a big way that we can do that. And this, it's not as connecting. Like honestly, this connects more than up above.
Yeah, absolutely. She's completely disconnected. The glasses are weird. Her actual glasses underneath are pretty ugly. So it's just like, it's a little bit off-putting. She's not relatable to me. I hate to say it, but you know, like she's an Indian girl, and there are not that many Indian girls where I'm from in Canada. So, I mean, it's fine that she's an Indian girl, but she's not looking at me.
It's not a natural looking photo. It's a very posed, and like you hit it on the nose of like the 1980s. Like it's just a very posed picture, just doesn't seem natural, and it doesn't connect. It doesn't even to me have anything to do with her ethnicity or anything. It's just the photo itself.
Is there an example of a picture that does connect? Like, is it eye contact?
Yeah.
Is that one of the things that would be?
Well,
That would
first
help.
of all, the sweater, right? The sweater is not right for North America. The sweater is not right for North America. That's not a North American sweater. Her hair is not right for North America for 2021. You know, like you're supposed to be able to see yourself in it. You're supposed to be able to see the fabrics that you're wearing today, the hair that the girls are generally wearing, so long straight hair, not curled at the bottoms. Right. And this is why I was saying India, because in India, this is actually the thing right now where you see a lot of ads like this with these kind of sweaters, this kind of hair.
Yeah, like what would be
But I don't know if
the
she
best
likes
thing to have there? I like what Mike was saying. Like, what
But-
would be like if you were telling this client, for instance, we were telling them, all right, this picture is not really what we're looking for. Then
somebody who's enjoying
what do we want?
somebody who's enjoying the product. This lady's not enjoying the product. Look at her.
See if
This-
there's any, is that the only, that's the only picture of somebody wearing them. Yeah, so it doesn't connect. I was hoping that maybe there were some other images of someone actually wearing these, but there is not.
She kind of looks like she's like smiling for the camera, but she doesn't really like them. She kind of hates them. And why are the glasses that she's wearing going in and then out again? Like, is she wearing two pairs of glasses or what?
Oh yeah, they have ones that are like slip-ins.
Oh,
I don't really like how the glasses are not the same shape as her actual glasses. It looks weird.
That might be not the right, or slip overs, you know, in case you already have glasses.
But her actual glasses under, like if you're gonna do slip over,
Like if you're gonna choose that, get some that look right, like for the
where's glasses
main
should-
picture, right? Is that
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, and like this kind of frame, like do we wear those kind of frames? Is this the style for frames for 2021 that the people wear out there? Like if I'm a glass wearing person, can I relate to that? Because I thought it was more like the invisible frame kind of thing these days.
I wonder if like we looked at some websites for like people that sell like fancy glasses, like would they show us, you know, maybe that would be a good research, right? Like look
there's
at other people, what they're doing.
The guy that's looking at his thing, he needs to be facing towards the middle of the website, not outside of the website. So he's now looking at his phone, which points his eye gaze away from the website. So we need to put him on the other side so that his eye gaze will be pointing toward the middle of the page. You always want the people to look in the website, not out the website.
So
Check
like
out
that girl connects, you know, like the more, this guy's a little off-putting for some reason to me. Maybe it's just his lack of expression, because he's got so much eye contact, but like no expression on his face. But you know, these are more along the lines of like more modern, more connecting to what I'm assuming would be the target audience for that website. I guess we didn't really specifically cover that, but
And the hair is straight, like in North America. See, all the ads these days have girls, or well, not that one, but most of them have long straight hair because most
how about
girls
this guy?
have long straight hair.
Sorry. I'm just having fun.
The other guy was a little psychopath.
There was
For
there was
that
a one with two people smiling. That was a very attractive picture. You know, because that caught my attention
This
right
one?
off the bat. Yeah, like you see them smiling. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I know that, but
Yeah,
see how much more appealing that is.
Mhm.
yeah, and they're normal
It's-
looking people like you would see on the street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's warm and inviting. Like it's
Better.
very non-threatening.
And I like how those glasses that they're wearing are not so orange too. Sorry.
Apparently those ones don't really work from Sean's research. But
Well, then that should be the first line.
yeah.
Yeah, that should
Don't get
definitely
the
be
ones that
something
don't
to
work.
acknowledge.
What's impressive
that's
is
what
he
I
actually
have.
has done a lot of research about it, but
Because the ones I have are not the orange. And I've heard that before, that they're not as effective. That's what I was saying earlier. I was like, maybe it's like a, placebo effect thing for me. But
yeah, he really nerded out on it. Like he studied
he's-
this whole thing for a long time.
Some silly article, and he's actually done research that other glasses don't actually work, that you have to really research the source of the glasses. That's key.
yeah,
If somebody's looking at 5 websites and this one says that, I would buy it from that website for that reason. Like, oh, watch out, other people may not have done the research and may not have verified that the glasses they sell actually work. These
Yeah.
ones we've actually geeked out for 3 years researching this, and
Mhm.
we know that this works.
Yeah.
Could even have like a menu item at the top that's like literally like says something like the science or why these work.
How do we
Something.
know?
Because you got to think about, the homepage is a very special place of real estate, and have to be strategic about about the message, and like Agnieszka said, about the path that you want to take them down on the homepage. And then there's plenty of other areas to get into more detail, to link to, for those that want to get more nitty gritty and information. This kind of touches on different personality types, right? Where you're going to have some personalities that are just like, oh my God, just give me what I need to know. Tell me what this is going to do for me, and I'm done. I'm sold. There's other people, the more emeraldy people, that are going to want to know the facts. They're going to want to know all the information. They're going to want to know the science. They're going to take their time making a decision. So trying to build a website that's able to cater to all those different personality types.
So
It's
in
not
your
always easy.
now, is it possible that, like, as far as the statistics of the website, like if he's getting 1,000 views a day and 10 purchases a day, he's getting like 1% of the potential clientele, and you're saying that maybe he could be getting 5%. So
Absolutely.
he could be 5xing his thing if he just redesigns this.
Absolutely. Because that's part of what like copywriting is testing and optimizing. So, the site's live, it's been going, and being able to see like exactly what kind of results have he gotten and how can you make that better. And that's why we continue to work on optimizing.
Yeah. That's kind of why I was thinking about this. Like if I help this good friend of mine and as a practice run, in theory, I would do this with some other website, right? Like study what the issues they have are, and then like tell them, hey, look, I can help your website do, like Mike was saying, 5% better, and we'll prove it in 1 month, and then you can pay me this percentage of the difference.
Yeah. You could do
That's not 5%,
you could-
it's 500%.
when you can show some of your value by and provide some value by offering up like a better headline. Like give them this first part of the website. Give them just one small chunk of like how they could have a better headline, something something to show how this could be improved. You have some knowledge behind you on the reasons why it needs to be improved. And just, showing the kind of value that you can provide. And then that's a good way to like lock things in.
Hey gang, this is Nelson. While you're still at the top right there, that small font paragraph, a couple of misspellings in there. On the third line, it says daytime. I don't even know what that word is. I'm guessing it's supposed to be fatigue.
Sure.
Thatcher. And then the end of the fourth line, stylish, is misspelled as well. So
You know what?
It
It doesn't matter
But-
because you will read this.
Sitlish.
I think that's an indication that that paragraph doesn't belong anywhere near the top.
Yeah.
Because we had 9 people looking at it for half an hour and only one person caught it.
I saw it, but I saw it late. Like I saw it like
Important to
2
read.
minutes before you mentioned it, and I was like,
Oh,
wow.
okay.
If I'm noticing it this late, then this paragraph must really suck. That means I couldn't even hold my attention long enough to get to the third sentence.
I admittedly didn't read the whole paragraph. I think I read like the first like part of
Right,
the
it
sentence,
lost
and I
me.
was just like, all right, I'm done with that. And I just kind of moved on.
Just like I told you guys, the minute she read sleep problems, she dropped off.
That's exactly where I read what you highlighted.
So he's losing 100% of the people without sleep problems that are potential customers.
That's so funny. Your brain's like a kindergartner. It's like exposure to blue, blah, 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 whatever.
But it's good, it's good for us as copywriters to observe and notice our own reactions to these kinds of websites, and to like just really be aware of those natural things that happen. Like, it's better not to fight it. And because chances are, if that's the reaction you're having, a lot of other people are having it too.
Bio.
The other impression I had when y'all were talking about just the general layout of the page, what strikes me is it reminds me of a magazine advertisement, like a full page ad in the back of an airline magazine or something like that.
Yeah.
Like totally not what you could expect from a web page instead of a magazine ad.
Totally. I mean, even like, it's a completely different thing, but I mean, just even looking at like Lawrence's homepage, right? Of having this beautiful, like big hero image. I mean, his is more of a visual product. So it's important for him to really have to focus on the visuals up here. Definitely different for this kind of a website, but just, taking into account like the way that those hero images work is to connect visually with your audience. And so exactly having some different picture, even a slide of pictures of just different people that are going to connect more with the audience than this poor lady.
And like Agnieszka was saying, like you can tell it looks like it's kind of cheaply cropped, because it would be better if like the picture took up the whole screen, I think. Don't you agree? Or it was just faded somehow in the background, rather than being like you can see a clear line right there where it's like all.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant, Agnieszka?
And I'm just double checking if I'm crazy about the hair in India. And no, I'm totally right. I just went to Times of India. All have the ends of the hair curled, but the girls in North America don't. But then some of the famous actresses on the Times of India have the straight hair like in North America. So the trend must be moving there now. But we had the hair, bottoms of the hair curled like that like 15 years ago here. Like it was popular to curl the bottom. Anyway, I just like to analyze shit.
That's like what you were saying before, though. Stay with the times and know your audience. It's not about what you like or what you and I think looks good. It's about what your audience is going to be interested in. Right?
Exactly. And just notice that when you click on the learn more button, it just brings us down here. That's all it does. So I find it very unnecessary. Like I would get rid of that button altogether and just like shop now. If someone's ready to buy, and especially if this like gets a little bit more compelling up here, and then, somebody like me, hey, you spoke to my problems, boom, I'm ready. I'm here for a reason. I want to shop now. Otherwise, it doesn't take, takes just a tiny scroll to see, oh, there's more stuff down here. I just don't see the point in having a learn more button that just like saves them from 2 scrolls of the finger on their mouse. You know what I mean?
Well, if that was like, if there was more, you know, of the things that people are suffering from, and like doing the research of, you know, looking at the Amazon comments and saying like headaches
Yeah.
or some of those others, and saying headaches with a little blurb, and then learn more about that one, and then having that referenced,
Mhm.
so that like those particular problems could be, you know, but similar to this layout, but just with those, with that learn more button being more functional towards which problem is, because that could help you find out, you know, as far as the research, if people are pressing the sleep more button or sleep less button versus headaches button or something like that, then you would be doing your own research. You would be getting a better understanding of where you're getting your clientele from, or what people are more interested in.
That's
Too.
And
Go
then what about having like, you know, in the blog, like you go into the
there's
blog
a
and then the
blog.
blog is like a whole resource thing where, like you're saying, you can,
But nobody wants the whole resource thing. Like that's besides the point. What people want is quick copy so they can make a quick decision and move on with their lives. So
Like blogs have their own kind of purpose. Like, yeah, blogs are great for things like SEO. They are great for, you know, sharing information, especially like gaining, you know, being able to share links to a blog post on like social media or some of these other places to, you know, get engagement, or in an email or something like that. But it's not going to be the primary place. When someone's here ready to shop, but they're looking for more information, they're not going to go to the blog. They want like a straight route to exactly what they want to know. And that's going to be something like, I don't know, that's where like I was thinking about almost like having something up here that says something like the science, or, you know, the facts, or I mean, just something straightforward that for those people that like want to know the science, want to know the research, that they have a very clear route how to get there. But
why we geeked out on this?
yeah.
Or the stuff for the geeks or something. But I also think that after the headline and the first paragraph, there should be like 3 buttons, and there should be a question. Why are you looking for blue spectrum glasses, blue light blocking glasses? And then one button would be, I'm having sleep problems, and another button would be, I get headaches, and another buttons, eyeball issues, burning in the eyeballs, right? And so and then you can have an other whatever, although maybe not, because then that would be hard to address. But yeah, 3 buttons, and they press the button that relates to them, and then they get to the paragraph that talks about the particular thing. So Kara would never see the sleeplessness button or content.
that's good. That's a good idea.
Well, we have spent a good amount of time on this, and so I want to, we did talk about looking at the Mystery School of Art website, which we absolutely can do. Is there anything else from those here that like maybe while you've been listening, you've been like, oh, actually, I want them to look at this? Anything come up?
Thanks for your help with that one, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And I should actually ask Chris, is there any other areas you'd like us to look into a little bit further before we move on? Or do you feel?
No, I'm
good?
happy to move on. I just wanted to, you know, say thank you. That was like a lot of good information on that, and maybe I can help this
Awesome.
guy out. So appreciate it. Thanks.
Awesome. All right. And I know that there's tons of jokes about this in the chat, but I will admit, and I did confirm this with Joanna, I do read this as Mystery School of Art. I try not to, but I did.
Yeah, I see the fart.
Yeah, it's hard not to. It just make me really immature. I don't know, but.
Is that all they got?
What?
That's all they have?
This.
Oh.
It's easy to stick some hyphens in the URL to eliminate that eyesore.
Yeah, I think they just gotta deal with it.
Yeah. I like the logo. I don't know. So why is the logo and the magenta page and the blue button and the gold, like there's so many colors going on. There's too many
There is a
colors.
lot. And for this being focused on art, it's interesting to have so many different colors going on. Yeah. And then, oh, that's interesting with the blue, and then that purple on the blue is,
That blue has to
Okay.
go. The magenta
Yeah.
has to go too, but I mean, the magenta needs just to be turned up a little bit more towards the purple, like in the logo, and it'll be fine. Just like the dial just a little bit. And then the dark purple will look even better at the bottom. But
Yeah.
the blue does not belong. And the dark
what's with
purple,
all the weights? But
the dark purple is not the same family as the logo purple.
yeah, there definitely needs to be some better
Probably
matching of the
better.
colors here.
It would probably be better if they made the logo purple than dark purple from the website, because it's actually a more like setup friendly purple.
They
Yeah.
were probably wearing their blue light glasses when they did it.
That's funny.
Website,
Sorry,
why
I
are
couldn't resist.
awesome. I love it. Why are the buttons square if it's an art website? There's spacing, white space issues too.
Yeah, there's so much white space down here in the footer.
Space above the buttons. And just generally, like there's just white space issues all over the place.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
and what
and it's like,
isn't it Comic Sans?
I'm just trying to identify what the primary goal of this page is. Is it to get someone to opt in, or are they trying to get people to enroll in the Mystery School of Art? I said of art that time. Get your free book. So that must, oh, so this just links to the same page that we're on. Yep. Okay. So to download my free ebook, our mission.
On the top, the whole sign up thing
No, I don't either.
does not belong there.
I don't think it reflects the experience that, and Agnieszka, you were in the thing on Monday as well. There was definitely an experience there that I thought was really important. It was,
Community.
it was kind of a exposure to being creative and kind of letting out anxiety is really, I mean, I think like the angle that they should be taking is that experience that they're providing. What is the famous oil painter that everybody knows?
The
The Happy Trees guy.
Bob
So
Ross.
kind of-
She
yeah,
knew.
Bob Ross. So it's that kind of experience, but it's Woody and Joanna kind of bouncing off of each other, and they have their own perspective. So it's kind of like Bob Ross times 2, with their own kind of personalities playing into that circumstance. So I think there's that opportunity to kind of, steer people towards that kind of experience where it's like, oh man, this is like completely outside the rest of the world. You can get away from all that anxiety and craziness.
Yeah, but they would have to have a photo or something of themselves to like really connect with the human, because the website without it. Well, why is the logo so far to the left that it's not even in the center part of the website? Like, see, the word painting is in the center part of the website. Shouldn't the logo be above the word painting right now? Not all the way over there. Like above do you right now, as opposed to way over there. That makes me think that the person who made the website had a small screen. And they just didn't notice that it was moving it over there.
Yeah, it's interesting. And this is definitely facing the wrong way. This should be switched so that the book is looking at the sign up form right now, it's just like, it's facing away from everything.
So
So that's a
nobody-
big thing. This shouldn't be the first thing unless this is the primary. If this is the primary goal of this page is just as an opt-in, just to get people to opt in, then okay, then this can be but if this is truly a home page, or they're trying to get people to enroll, like they have this enroll button up here, I'm getting confused with what I'm supposed to do here. So is this all that I'm supposed to do? Because it's the first thing that I see. And then, oh, wait, this is, okay, Mystery School of Art that has this goal. What do you want me to do? I don't know what they really want me to do here. So, and then I'm not even seeing, so they have enroll up here. That's the first time that's the only place that I can see the word enroll. I don't see any other call to action. So there's info about painting courses, which then leads to the enroll page. But for consistency, they should match. So these call to actions should be the same. Or I don't know, oh, that's hard to read.
And the blue has to go. Just saying.
Yeah. And this
The whole background, like, it's okay, that background, first of all, it's not even the right color for the logo. And I mean, I like the mandala, but if the seed of life, but if they want it, they need to do it like tone on tone, barely visible background, not this black on magenta.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really hard to read that small text against
Yeah.
that
And I can't even tell how much it
long
is.
background.
559 or
549.
It's see
Yeah.
the 4 disappears.
Yeah. So if they're insistent on keeping the black pattern behind there, then it needs to be more transparent. It needs to be lightened up so that we can actually read this.
$500 for something that's displayed like this.
It doesn't, it's hard when, you know, because this is when this is for a school of art, it doesn't invoke much confidence when, you know, seeing the layout like this. So it makes me think, what can I really learn from these people? We all know them. We know that they have value to offer, but the way that this page is looking and the way that this is presented, it does not invoke confidence in, especially not paying, you know, $900 for something like this.
No, this page belongs to the product that's like $10 or $20.
Once I highlight, I can actually, my eyes can make out what the verbiage is here. This is very hard to see, like, so these need to be stacked horizontally in like different colored sections so that they're like, let me see, what can I show as an example?
Oh, like a colored section, but like a 25% transparency, so you can still sort of see the seed of life behind it, but then do a color block, but something that actually matches the background. See that background, that magenta is hard to match. So it has to be all magenta, or the magenta has to be twisted a little bit because it doesn't go with any of the colors on this whole website. But like we already said, they were wearing their blocking black glasses that they got from Chris Jansen.
The only time that I think it's good to have like the 3 columns like this is, and we're going to take out the whole background out of this equation for what I'm going to talk about next. We've already established that. But so these 3 columns, the only time I see that is effective is when you're comparing like bullet points. Like underneath needs to be very clear, short bullet points of what they're going to get in each thing, not having like a full-fledged description. A description is good, but not in this kind of a format. So I was trying to, it's not working. The Agora Marketplace, the Autonomy Agora Marketplace website is not working. Well, that kind of ruined my plan, my immediate idea there. Let's see, what's a good example? I'll think of something, but once we get down here, because there's so much text here, I mean, it's hard to tell that these are all even separate columns. And we haven't even gotten into the actual copy itself. This has all just been mostly like design and structure feedback so far. Oh, this important information down at the bottom, these like requirements must be 18 and up. Can see one Tuesday course. So these kinds of like this important information that's just like buried down at the bottom. If someone can even make it that far by being able to actually like read the text, that's challenging.
So like in that particular circumstance, instead of them putting it like parallel to each other, would you lead with the big ticket item or would you lead with the small ticket item? Or how would you,
I would
what would be
leave
the
it
best
like
way to
an
go?
overview sentence. Like you can do it a la carte, you can do it as
Yeah.
a course, or you can have private sessions. And here are the details. And then like Kara said, the 3 sections with the different color background so that it differentiates itself from the background of the page and stands out.
Yes.
Do you think, like, as far as understanding, like, who are the people that are going to buy the $48 course versus the $900 course? Would there be differences in how you talk to them?
Well, and like definitely depends, like, okay, so well, yeah, so we got right here. So recommended for beginners, but must be 18 and up for this one. Recommended for beginners age 12 and up. There's some differentiators right there. Recommend for beginners and seasoned painters of all ages. So there's certain differentiators there for sure. And so obviously the people that, the beginners, you're going to speak to the beginners a lot different than you're going to speak to the seasoned painters. And it's I mean, I wouldn't even market this one to beginners per se. I mean, you might end up with a beginner that's feeling like they want to take this on, but it sounds like this is more for those that have experience and really want to, refine their skills, build their skill set.
I'm a little confused as a seasoned painter here. Is $900 going to take me like a once a week class for a whole year with like an individual one-on-one once a week class for a year?
So it's on your schedule, completely customizable to your age and skill level. That's not
hours of the individual instruction do I get for $900?
Yeah, there's like not enough specificity in something like that. For especially the high ticket item, like you really, for someone to invest that kind of money, like they need details. They know, what is this going to do for me? What is my outcome going to be? What are we going to do? How are you going to do it? So while the customizable aspect is good, not leading that, because to me that also doesn't invoke a lot of confidence. So like if I'm paying you $900 to teach me, I want you to teach me, like guide me, tell me what to do, give me the exercises, give me, maybe you give me options,
So like
but I'm looking to
talent
you
assessment.
as the authority. I'm looking at you to guide me.
The other thing is, like, I've been in classes before where the teacher would say you can only work on the live subjects, or you can only work on copies from other artists, or you can only work on originals, but it depends on the teacher. So I know it's just completely customizable, but I'd like to know a little bit more as to like what kind of work we're looking at. And also the other thing is this Mystery School of Art, they do all sorts of other services that is beyond a painting class, right? Where they do spiritual channeling and meditation and stress release through painting. And all of these things are not even mentioned here.
Yeah, I would have never known.
And they do literal like magic, sigil magic and stuff like that through
Oh,
painting.
that's cool.
Joanna does that. She's done it for me. It's really cool. And my sigil is really awesome. I love it.
And this, this format like this is really limiting on how much information that you can give a person. Because again, like that $900 one, I'm going to need a lot more information on what I'm going to get for, spending almost $1,000 for this than what you're even able to provide me in this small amount of space and in this format.
Yeah, working with 2 award-winning instructors who are also, shamans, art shamans or whatever. Then
Yeah. Where's all that? Where's all that information? With a meditative activity, okay. I mean, I didn't read this before going into.
Information. There you go. We found it.
So I would need it like, what does this mean?
Shamans who do energy work, energy transference thing, but they call it all, and the sigil work too, but they call it all a meditative activity.
Huh. It seems like they're trying to
Whitewash themselves.
like yeah, like they're holding back of scared of like getting too out there or what, too woo-woo. But I'm like, but these are the kinds of people that's your ideal client. That's your target market. What?
But they're calling themselves the Mystery School of Art, but there's no mystery. A meditative activity does not stand for mystery.
Except that I don't know what it means. There's a mystery there.
We do really.
I want them to be inspired by our content here. So let's, because I do think they have something really awesome.
We do.
I really
Absolutely.
wanna-
Here.
wanna-
Absolutely. And the more that you guys are telling me about what's like really behind this, then I'm getting excited. I'm like, oh my God, there's so much more to this than is what being led on this website. I want to go back to the homepage again and actually read more of what's here. So teach our initiates how to create, connect, and share. A little vague, but I see you're going with this create, connect, share. Yeah.
And I didn't
Ooh.
stay the whole class. I did only half an hour, and I drew this from their still life that they were drawing with pencil crayons and watercolor pencil crayons. But look,
Aw.
and it definitely did de-stress me a lot. They need testimonials.
So you'll gain fundamental skills so that you can create your own paintings. Well, I could create my own paintings right now. They wouldn't be any good, but I could create my own paintings right now.
But fundamental mental skills.
Okay. What does that mean?
It's a mystery school of art.
Well, understand the basics of color theory. Cool. Importance of values, lights and arts. Cool. And the importance of edges to create negative, positive
I
shapes.
think that these kind of details, color theory and all that, are too mundane for this mystery school of art to include. Like,
It is. Like it's
So-
not getting to the heart of what they're actually offering.
yeah,
It seems very surface level.
like a regular school.
Right,
Right.
but where you guys are telling me and hearing kind of the backside of this, like this is deep. There's a lot more to this, and a lot more value than just learning about color theory and learning how to make a painting. Like there's a lot more to it than that.
When I was there, they didn't say anything about color theory. It was all about like meditative experience.
Okay, so painting is a type of meditation that can connect you to natural spirit. That's hidden down in here.
What natural,
Um,
my natural spirit to your natural spirit to the natural spirit of the world?
more you draw on the nature around you and project it back on the canvas as a painting, the more you connect.
With what?
Oh, connect to natural spirit. And again, what does that mean? I want them to not be afraid to say what they mean. Just don't be afraid to do it. Like you got to speak, again, stop whitewashing and just go for it. And at least go for it first. And then if it needs to be edited back, if you get feedback that like, oh, it's too much, but like, go for it right off the bat. Don't whitewash it. Don't tiptoe around what you mean with these like hidden meanings, because no one's going to know what you're talking about. Just go for it.
That's right. I totally agree. 100%. And the third thing where it says share, I think that's very intimidating, because that to me means they're going to want to look at my painting and what if I don't like it and I don't want people to see it. So I think I would change share to express, because in this particular context, it means the same thing that they're actually meaning. They don't mean that they need to look at my painting. They mean express my emotions in the painting so that I can release them from my body, which is exactly what this mystery school of art does. But share is not the right heading for that, because it's too scary to even read that paragraph.
Yeah. And the way, and after you said express, I'm like, that says to me actually what they're actually getting at here. You can express your emotions, ideas, and theories to the world with your paintings. You can, yeah.
Without sharing.
Mhm.
Well, I think if I was to describe my experience, I would say the first thing is kind of detach, from the rest of the world. And then, and then this idea of connecting, but connecting to, the next thing would be like that create, so like detach, connect, create, and then share would be kind of the way I would do it, or express. Because, one of the things that I thought was really interesting was this idea that, you're creating something for somebody else. Like you're going to make a painting for your grandmother or something like that, and then sharing that with them, and kind of creating that experience could be really a powerful experience, that it just like locks in that period of time as something that you've done, that's something that you've learned, or something that, you know, is substantial. It's a ritual.
And maybe you guys can help out, Joanne and Woody, by sharing some like this, kind of that before and after experience that you've had of engaging with the work that they do. And just, that would probably help them out a little bit. But assuming you're hoping that they'll either watch this replay or get another version from you, Michael, or somebody else, like that would be my main thing, is just like, go for it. Don't hold back. And think about that like before and after scenario, and just like, I don't know, start with not only don't hold back, but I would rather see, to start out, I would rather see too much information on these pages that we can edit down than this, like all of these key components are missing from the message. So that's what I'd rather see.
Really, really like esoteric information. Like I would like to see all of the esoteric information all over.
Yeah.
Like, people are embracing that kind of stuff more and more every day, and we need it. So,
We are.
and did they ask Michael at the end of the class, because I was too tired on Monday, did they ask for testimonials? Like, take 2 minutes right now to write out the testimonial and send it to our own Discord.
Yeah.
Did they do that?
Yeah, I think that could be, those could be a powerful,
Oh, but they didn't do that.
opportunities to, no, I don't think they did. But I
And-
don't know. I wasn't completely paying attention, but what I did pay attention to, it was, I think it was very, very useful.
He was doing his own version of the art.
I was moving stuff from one room to another.
I was
Yeah.
thinking about the emotional thing, like you guys were talking about up front on the copy, like right in the front, like Agnieszka said it helped her deal with stress. So maybe the headline could be like de-stress, and then they have that one line like start your creative journey. Like that might be too simple kind of thoughts, something like deal with your stress, start your creative journey, maybe something.
I don't like it. I don't like it because, okay, people who are coming to this school probably already do some art. They've already started their creative journey. But this is a way to deepen and transform their creative expression into something a lot deeper and a lot more effective at releasing the emotions from their body and into the canvas.
Oh, see that right there is some copy that needs to be on this homepage.
Recorded.
And I would say I am not an artist, but I felt, there was enough of a discussion between me and Joanna and me and Woody to be interested in seeing what this was. And so I wasn't an artist. I don't consider myself an artist. And there was something compelling there. And it did relate to that kind of idea of getting away from the real, all the stresses of the world, and try to relate art to something else that's, that's important as well. And that's that kind of that natural law kind of thing, which that book does get into. And I think that
what I'd like to see is a hero section up here. So this whole section needs to be moved down the page. And
Section doesn't need to take up this much fucking room.
no, definitely not. Like, this section in itself, we did mention like needs a little bit of work, but
Sorry.
right now, no, it's fine. But like right now, this tells me that this is the primary thing that they want me to do when they land here, when it's not. So no matter what, this, in whatever form that is to definitely use some improvement, needs to be moved down the page. So up at the top, a compelling headline that's going to really express like what Mystery School is all about. And then a prominent enroll button or learn more, something, for them to go and check out the courses that they have, because that's the main goal of this website, is trying to get them to enroll in with these products. And then this is something else that is there, it's on the page, but it's not the first thing that people see. I would love to see an image of Joanna or somebody painting, so in their element, demonstrating what they do. I'd love to see that as like a hero image. That would connect with me more and tell me more visually of what to expect with this.
So that's kind of establishing a level of trust. So like having an image of her or of Woody, and maybe some of their accomplishments, like something that establishes a level of trust and in fact kind of elevates them as kind of guru status.
Or like them in their element, like teaching, like if there's a real life classroom setting, as far as, their students like working on their projects. I mean, maybe that would get too busy. I'm not sure. That's not my area of expertise, but something to show, to demonstrate what this is, and exactly to build trust, show confidence that like, oh, well, they obviously know what they're doing because they're doing it right here. I could see them doing this. So, yeah. Good stuff.
Wonderful. Thank you for checking that out.
Sure. Absolutely. I feel like I've talked myself out on this one. Good.
I don't know, those buttons are terrible. I mean, they're square, they're blue. Teacher bios, who gives a fuck? I'm sorry. Our painting courses, well, then it's not my painting course. Forget it. I'm not coming. It has to be my painting course for me to be interested, not Woody and Joanna's painting course.
Like even like explore painting courses, or I mean, I still think like
they're not painting courses, they're expression.
See? Well, and then there's still not, I am also having a problem with the mismatch of, we have an enroll button up here, and that's the only where on this page that it says enroll. So there's a mismatch here of like, I wouldn't have known that these go to the same places if I hadn't checked them out.
Enroll down here would be way better than this, like, don't sign up for the course button, because I don't know why would you say that, don't sign up for the course. I mean, it means we signed up for the course already and you don't need to because it's our course, not yours.
Well, and enroll is appropriate because it's Mystery School of Art. So enroll is a very appropriate word to use in this scenario.
Yeah, and instead of teacher bios, I would like to see something like YMSA ? And then get your free book. I don't know if I like that either.
Seems to me like this bottom sentence is probably the thing that should be on the top.
No.
At least that's more towards what they really are trying to get across than.
Yeah, but you're not gonna get somebody to a Mystery School of Art by telling them to turn off the TV. That's like,
yeah. Well, and this is like, there's a lot of implication in here where, okay, so the first people that are seeing this, for example, autonomy students, or people that are likely already turning off the TV, the tablet, the phone, the gaming device, time suck. I mean, it's just very presumptuous. It's very presumptuous.
Okay. And it's rude. It's presuming that I'm a zombie. Oh, here, you're this aware person, an awake person. You came to my website. Hey, let's make sure you're not a zombie now. Like, come on, I'm already down here.
We had an email. Go ahead.
Well, I was just
As-
gonna say that I think they're trying to appeal to like a local audience as well. And so maybe that's part of the reason why they're trying to be measured in their, like who
Yeah.
they're speaking to.
But if
That's just
something is
my-
for everybody, then it's for shit. It's either
Exactly.
School of Art for people who are into mystery, or it's for everybody and it's for shit.
And it's not to say, people locally very well be into it, but if they don't want to, it's like, okay, here's an example. We were just doing marketing for Stefan Verstappen's course, right? And within his course, he talks a lot about he's very firm that Western civilization is on the verge of collapse. We went through this period of like, there was a question on whether or not to put that kind of language on the sales page. And I said, yes, because you don't want people, you water down this message. They think that they're getting one thing and then they get shocked when they get into the course and then they're hit with all of this stuff right in the face. Like that's a shock. We don't want to shock people. You want to speak directly to the people that speak to your target audience. And so, yeah, not watering it down, getting really clear, because otherwise, if you water this down, and then they get into the course and then they completely surprised with all of these other things, this whole mystery aspect, that's honestly not going to be very ethical. People are going to be shocked with what they get, and you might end up having some returns, refunds.
You turn off the TV and the gaming device, you go to learn some art, and then this dude in like a cape goes, ooh. And that's it. You want your money back.
We had, for autonomy, we had a freelancer work on some emails for it was our cold bucket list, people that had signed up for the 19 skills list, but hadn't taken any action. And there was an email that got written that had a line in there. It was very pushy. It was like one of those, just like, well, what's holding you back from taking the leap? But then it was, it started, I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was like, stop getting, we know you've just been like sucked into Netflix and just watching Netflix for hours. It was something along those lines. And we got replies back of people kind of pissed of like, how dare you make that assumption about me? I'm not sitting here watching Netflix. Like there's other reasons why I'm not able to enroll in your course. And now I don't even want to. Like we had to change that up because it got too presumptuous and it to the point of being offensive. And that in itself made someone be like, I'm not taking your course, I'm out. Just by that one thing.
That's because they were targeting everybody.
Yes.
The people who watch. So what's the overlap between people who are interested in autonomy and people who watch Netflix, right? There's some overlap, but there's not a huge overlap. And even if the people in autonomy do watch Netflix, they're not watching Netflix the way that email presumed. Like they're watching Netflix for information, for research, for specific things, not to just shut off their brain. You know what I mean? And the overlap is not large enough to presume that everybody in this group is going to be affected by what affects this group.
Yeah. And
that's when people get pissed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so weird. I keep looking at your screen and it says rain coming. I'm like, no, it isn't.
Oh, like I'm pretty sure rain's already here. It's a little
Like, does
behind.
it always say rain
It's-
coming?
Like it's Washington. It's the rain's already here. Well, this has been super fun. I think I'm gonna stop sharing now. Yay. Cool. Well, this has been super awesome. Love to hear takeaways. What do you guys, how have you guys enjoyed your time here today?
Well, I guess I'll just say, as usual, this thing is absolutely fire. I think like what we're doing for me is really kind of examining these things and really creating the circumstance where just by using examples, we're learning about how to do it right and how to do it wrong. And I really do like that, where you're saying this is how it's wrong, but then this is how you do it right. I think having that kind of example is really important. And I think we hit the button on that. And then of course, you guys, your expertise shines. And I really feel like you guys being open to, the rest of us asking you questions and then saying, yeah, here's what we got, here's the example of this and all that kind of stuff. It's really good. And then, I love the interaction between the two of you as well, because, Agnieszka is like full throttle. And
The gloves come off.
she probably just like blows it up, and then you kind of bring it back to, a little bit more digestible.
Nice.
So that's really well done too. So
Thanks,
altogether,
Mike.
I would say this is some magical time.
Nice.
Thanks. And
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Agnieszka, you're the yin to my yang.
What the hell is this?
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. It's like, an opportunity to just like kind of really practice this stuff for real. Like being with you guys doing it, it's like, okay, this is what we would be, my mind might be thinking what you guys are saying in the future someday when I learn more of your wisdom. And like kind of making mistakes and seeing what doesn't work is the only way you find out what does work. So that's kind of what I just saw, a lot of things that you guys talked about that I'm like, okay, now I know that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I would advise someone. And then, so yeah, to me, it's really valuable. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm really lucky to not have work today, so I could be here. Got lucky. Thanks.
Awesome. Glad you're here, Chris. Well, I've gotten a lot out of this too. I really, really glad to be doing these clinics again. I'm like, I don't know, maybe thinking like I'm still not ready to go weekly yet, just with my schedule, but like this was, every 2 weeks we could start there and just see how we roll. But
It's dinner time for the dog.
yeah, it is time. All right, thanks everybody so much. I'll definitely post the recording once it's done. I do like I did last time. I do the timestamps. It kind of makes it easier for us to go back and reference the things that we want to look at. So sweet, fun playing with you guys. Have a fabulous rest of your Friday, and maybe maybe see you tonight for the lecture.
I'm going away for the weekend. I don't think I'll be on the lecture, and I don't think I'll be on the Monday class either. I may be on the Sunday thing.
Have a wonderful weekend.
I'm going to.
Bye, everybody.
Be interesting.
All right. All right. All right. Bye, friends.
Bye.